And welcome once again to Apex Academy, Halcyon City's highest school of higher learning. That didn't really make sense, but let's roll with it. Thank you. The team is knee-deep in conspiracies and intrigue and excitement. So let's not waste any time. Let's meet the crew, and then we can basically just pick up where we left off at Aegis headquarters.
We can't hear you, Aaron.
Is this better?
Yep.
A little bit.
Hey guys, I am Aaron. I play Julius, also known as Daedalus. I play the brain of the group, and I get to make a bunch of inventions.
Hi guys, I'm Bird. I am the team's bull, and I punch a lot of stuff and get angry a lot.
And I'm Dan, otherwise known as Prometheus. I am a magic-using scion, which means that I am the reformed child of a supervillain.
I'm Emrys. I'm playing Clymene, who's also known as Nullzone, and I turn people's emotions on and their powers off.
You're coming in pretty soft compared to everybody else, Emrys.
I tried messing with the settings. I'm not getting...
That's better.
Whatever you just did is better.
Yeah.
Before you sounded like you were talking through cotton.
It's okay. We'll deal with it. I'll just adjust the levels. But anyway. So we're back at Aegis headquarters, right?
Yeah, at the regional Aegis headquarters in Halcyon City. You had just finished interrogating Tex Tyler, the terrible tailor.
Whew.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just... it's a lot.
You're doing a great job, Simon.
You're doing
we
a
love
great
it.
job.
And he spun us quite a tale.
Yes. Saying that in 10 years' time, the city would be destroyed.
Because of us.
Well, the Chronarch told him that. That's not what actually is going to happen.
That's what, as I said, what he said is that he's seen the city destroyed in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
And he's worried about his grandchildren, Travis and Tallulah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to get a ton else out of him. We had wrapped that up. Did we do our end of session moves? I believe we did. It looks like we did. Because I cleared the only condition that I had. Yes, we did.
I thought that was because I gave you a comfort and support move.
No. I grew closer with somebody and lost guilty. I don't know.
I don't remember. I know that I wanted to go see Bulgrid, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I think we should go check in on our very large friend. And can we say that in canon we brought the device with us that slows down his speech? So,
yeah.
Or speeds up his speech so that we can hear him?
It's software now.
Yeah.
It pipes right through our comms. We don't even have to carry anything anymore. It's fantastic.
Very nice. Our innovative
And then
boy.
I can also use it to make the rest of the team sound like chipmunks.
Yes, you can.
Well, you could say that's even a
Well, I
giant
can.
communications problem taken care of.
First one down. So what one? Is he happy to see us, or
Oh,
does he remember us?
he remembers you all. Especially you, Eris.
My giant. My pet.
Friends, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
How are they treating you?
They treat me well. They bring me enough to eat. They
That's impressive.
give me a comfortable place to sleep. I wish I could see the sky more. I'm not used to spending so much time
Inside.
inside.
What did you do before if you're not used to seeing this, if you're not used to being inside? Before you got here?
Well, I slept under the stars. Either when I was at home, I slept under the stars on the ground. But I also spent a lot of time at sea. And I slept on the deck of our ship.
Hmm.
And remind me, you got here because you fell off your ship, right?
I fell out of the ship.
What
and it
happened?
felt like I was.
Right. Go ahead. And it felt like?
It felt like I was falling a long time. It felt like I was falling not through water, through clouds, falling through smoke.
And then you ended up in the bay.
Then I ended up in the water, and I swam until I found land in the bay of your city.
Okay. What do you remember right before you fell off the ship?
I remember there was a storm, and I remember the bosun telling us all to haul the line in, to trim the sails.
Okay. But you didn't have any, you didn't encounter another ship, or were you taking any strange travelers, or?
It was. I've never seen a bigger storm than
Okay.
what we sailed into that day.
Damn. Sorry, guys. I was trying to find out if we could find, he said that there's not a doorway in this year. And I don't know if that means, I don't know. I didn't know if there was something in the bay we could check out, but it was just a disturbance. That's my line of questioning exhausted if anyone else has anything.
Maybe it's different in this world. You know the colors after it rains.
A rainbow, yes.
I saw that, but during the storm.
And the sun wasn't out at all?
The sky was dark. I saw the rainbow appear in the flashes of lightning. But why would someone come to take my hair?
When did someone come to take your hair?
Oh, we already knew about that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that was stolen.
Oh, he's been informed.
Yeah, plain.
Well,
I woke up.
Sorry, go ahead, Simon. Didn't mean to interrupt.
I woke up and I saw a little man. He was holding of my hair. It woke me up when he pulled it out, because he pulled it out. Pulled out the whole strand, not just a piece. And then he folded like a piece of paper over and over and over again until he was gone. For those of you who might not remember this, because this is a callback to something that happened a while ago, he's describing the MO of the Folding Man, a bad guy who the Wolfpack has some history with, a teleporter.
Huh. Simon,
Yes?
with your permission, I think that this is a perfect opportunity for me to leverage my ability, all the best stuff. An
Okay.
attempt to access an arcane library for information on the Bifrost and how it can be manipulated by magic.
Okay.
So for people watching, that's a danger roll. As a child of a villain, I have knowledge of caches and secret hideouts that I can access to try to basically put my hand on information or items that could be usable, but there's a chance that I bring heat down upon the group by doing so. So let's go ahead and roll that. Oh my gosh, did I actually roll this well?
Yeah, you
Oh my
always
goodness.
get noticed.
Is
when
this the
you do
first
this.
time?
Yeah, no, this is literally the first time it hasn't failed.
Yay! We have done things to escape notice.
On a hit, you find a tool or intel useful to the situation. So on a full hit, there's basically just no consequences. So I would like to find some books that could lead me to a concrete lead on how Balgrid was pulled out of his world based on the description of the storm, and then going to like grab magical tomes about like magical disturbances, portals, the Bifrost, things like that.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you pull those tomes and, what you find is that, basically, that magic is a means of actualizing belief or actualizing states of mind. And so you find a relevant account of sorcerers who have breached other realms, effectively by harnessing the belief of crowds and using that psychic energy to get through to the other side.
So what do you mean when you say crowds? Like getting a bunch of people to like pray that I'm gonna get sent across? Or
Yeah, I mean, basically getting any large group to believe in a thing increases the reality of that thing when harnessed by a skilled magus.
Sure. Okay. So, how many? Did Balgrid let us know how many people were on the boat with him?
He didn't, but I'll say that he did. Actually, I'll say that he did, and it was a small, sort of lightly crewed schooner, like 10 people.
Okay, but that tracks for where he appeared, because he appeared out in the middle of the bay in New York City, basically, where potentially tens of thousands of people could perceive him, but that doesn't get him there, right?
Right.
Maybe that's why.
Technically, also he appeared in the mid-Atlantic.
And he swam.
But maybe it doesn't need to be where he ended up. Maybe that's why What's His Nuts is harvesting all of those people and showing them all the future to make them believe that this is happening and make them believe, hey, I'm going to prevent it. I'm going to.
Right. He's creating. Right. He's creating. That's a very good. Yeah, that's a very good thought. Go ahead. Finish that.
He's he's fueling them. He's whatever illusion he's creating to say that, oh, it's these kids that I've picked, the prophecy foretold or whatever. I don't know what his angle is, how he knows us, how he picked us, but saying that we're the ones that are going to destroy the city would be enough to convince it. I'd be interested in knowing what stories he told the other people, if they're all getting the same story or if the ones he's dusted got a different story, just to make them believe that they need to do what he wants them to survive.
Yeah, if that's what we're doing, then if that's potentially what's happening, then Chronarch may not be somebody utilizing technology. He may be utilizing magic or some sort of hybrid, especially if he's limited in time and places that he can open portals. So, Simon, or Daedalus, could you look up, you remember how the Tinker said that there's no portal in this year?
Yeah.
Taylor.
Yes, sorry. Could you check to see if in last year there was any anomalies reported on our planet similar to the one that Volgrid described?
Didn't we hear about one?
You're really quiet, Simon.
Oh,
Sorry, not Simon. Emrys.
Didn't we hear about an anomaly that sounded kind of similar?
Emrys, I can barely hear you. Sorry.
I'm going to go see if I can find a plug-inable mic.
Okay.
I'll type my thing in Discord before I go do that.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, I think another big thing that we need to be on the lookout for.
Oh yeah, the bug.
Yeah, where Bug just popped out with no memory. Potentially being from somewhere else. Yeah. So there's a side character in this arc from one of the street level vigilante teams called Bug, who just woke up, I think they said a little over a year ago, with almost no memory, of anything that had happened before. And he's a literal bug person.
oh, and he also was the guy who took down the Folding Man that last time.
Right.
All right, so we're looking for storms with rainbows without the sun being out.
Yeah, and just large storms potentially appearing places where there wasn't meteorological evidence that they would occur, etc.
As well as unexpected.
Right. If like if a typhoon-sized storm appears in the Midwest out of nowhere, that's notable, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
But yeah, so I think that's a decent lead there.
All right. What you find is basically one video posted on YouTube. It looks like cell phone footage. And it's hard to make out. But it seems to meet the description. Sort of a rainbow sort of glittering in dark skies. And it was recorded in Manchester, England.
The plot thickens.
Remember that time?
All right, we're gonna go investigate, or I am at least.
I mean, not by yourself, right? We can just come through the portal with you like we did that one time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can walk through mirror portals that I create. However, I don't have a frame of reference for this translocation, so I'll probably have to do the portal to a arcane order safe house that I know is in England and just kind of hope that nobody's there.
Now, if I remember right, before you depart from here, Emrys, I think that you wanted to visit your folks here at the little Aegis regional base.
Well, first off, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Alrighty. I completely forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember why I wanted to see them or what I wanted to talk to them about. I mean, maybe just pop by to see them with no storyline impact. Just, hey, how you doing, and confirm that they're actually, saying hey.
All right, I want to take some. I want to get better about taking notes. But yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're going to Manchester, England. So I am going to send a message through YouTube to this guy that posted the video. See if he'd be willing to talk with us.
Huh.
I have a crazy idea.
What?
Well, Minnie was based out of the United Kingdom. We should ask her if she knew of any leads or anything could help.
Is she still under amnesty, Simon?
Yeah, she's on our.
As far as you know, she is still.
Because she requested amnesty from being brought back to the United Kingdom when she turned against the. What is the name of that group? I'm sorry, Simon. I'd have to go back to
the Round Table.
The Round Table.
Round Table.
She didn't want to go back, so she requested amnesty.
We could just ask her if she knew about any leads without taking her with us. Anything that they were investigating that could help us in our hunt.
The Aegis contacts there are a bit cagey about putting you in touch with her. Like, we don't want to compromise the secrecy of her current location.
Okay.
Well, you can't get an answer if you don't even ask, right?
No.
The other big thing that I'm going to try to dig into is whether or not there is anybody that I can research or find evidence of that was a member of the Arcane Order. That had an MO similar to the Chronarch. Like taking people out of time and things like that. Or not necessarily a member, but somebody that they may have come across. If I come up dry, I come up dry. But that would be something that I would want to research. I don't know, like a flat 2d6, I guess?
Sure.
Where? I know there is one for just a flat 2d6. There it is.
Yeah, it's called flat 2d6.
Yeah. So I got a mixed success. A 7.
You don't find out anything directly, but I'll let you take a +1 going forward for your next roll that is relevant to this investigation.
I'm
Basically,
say
from
1+1 forward, relevant to magic,
relevant
X
to
Chronarch.
this. Yeah. So basically, the next time you use magic to try to figure out something timey-wimey,
Timey-wimey.
your research has given you that +1 forward. So, are you going to follow up? And you have 2 basic leads at this point. You have England, and to investigate this weather phenomenon, or you can talk to the Wolfpack about the Folding Man.
I would like to suggest the team goes with the Wolfpack. While we can simply just warp over to England, there's the little thing that if we get into any trouble over there, none of us seem to have valid passports. Also, we've kind of got a project going on in the district where the Wolfpack is, so it would give us a chance to go and perhaps work ahead on that. And in addition, I'm sure that Victor would like to talk to his girlfriend.
Oh, don't worry, they're coming with us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
They're coming with us to England.
Probably. It's going to be way too dangerous for just the 4 of us to go on our own.
Oh, that's great. Can we handle moving 8 people? Like, Bug is a literal brooch.
Yeah. We can handle it. I got it. I'm just going to need... we're going to have to use, like, the dance mirror in the school dance studio.
I can't think of a valid argument not to go talk to them.
Well,
Didn't somebody say a thing about that thing over there too? The plant. If we see what they're really burning, if we see what they're really releasing, or some shit.
I mean, we can investigate
Taylor.
that too. Go. The stuff that happened in Manchester has sat for a year. We can.
Yeah, it'll be there when we get there.
Yeah, both the hard drives that my parents informed us about that were stolen were regarding the incinerator, and Taylor intimated something about if we knew what they were burning at the incinerator, we would, our heads would spin.
So instead of 8 of us going to England, why don't 8 of us go to the power plant where someone could potentially get hurt?
Can we maybe get some full faceplate respirators from the tech guy if we're going to do that, just on general principle?
I don't see why we couldn't.
Awesome.
There's somebody that the wolf pack has been working with that might be able to
I'm sure we can get some of these.
get. What is that from building the
Christ,
deck,
Aaron.
the picnic table?
No, I use it when I'm airbrushing my models.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
You nerd.
Nerds. One of my all-time favorite things about going to tournaments is when I drive by the venue and everybody's out front smoking. I just stick my head out the window and yell "nerds."
Wow. It gets their blood up.
Yeah.
You're improving their day, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah. What am I gonna do here?
I don't know, buddy. What are you gonna do?
All right. So, are we going to go talk to the wolf pack then? Is this our game plan?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is
We're
good.
going back to
Ooh.
the school. The three of us should go back to the school. You should build us our shit, and if we're gonna, well, no, because do we want to sneak in the place, or do we want Dan to do the dance mirror thing and we all just walk in? Not Dan. What's your name? Victor.
Victor.
Do we know if there's a big enough mirror to come out of in the incineration plant?
Well, there's bound to be a bathroom.
Yeah, but is that big enough for the 8 of us?
Well, we don't all come out at once. We can go through one at a time.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't. Again, I'm trying to limit my teleportation somewhat, and also just as somebody my character would not be comfortable with us blindly walking into a space he's never been before, because that mirror could be in a room that's bolted from the outside.
Well, it's not like we'd be stuck.
No, but or
Okay, well, we're doing this thing where we're over planning again.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the wolf pack. Aaron, we have snuck into a building before, the two of us.
We have.
The dead bird worked well last time. Maybe we'll get lucky again. So what's the wolf pack doing, Simon?
Well, when you arrive in the west side, it is a pandemonium. You arrive
and it's
in
getting
absolute
attacked by pandas.
pandemonium.
Riots kind of pandemonium, or
Well, there's a lot of people panicking and running this way and that. And there is what appears to be a firefight that is taking place in the central square where the basketball courts are.
Great.
can we
Well,
tell
I'm gonna
who's on each side?
So I'm going to try to paint you a word picture.
Okay.
On the north side of the courts is a pair of women in flapper dresses.
Jesus, now we got people from the 20s?
Yeah. Wielding Tommy guns.
Their Tommy guns are roaring 20s.
And at the other end, the south end of the playground of the basketball courts, is a group of 4 guys wearing red and white striped jackets and straw boater hats. They're carrying each carrying pistols of varying calibers.
The Candy Stripers.
Actually, this is Alexander's Hard Time Band.
I knew it was either going to be like that joke or it was going to be some kind of ragtime joke.
Well, it is that ragtime joke.
Yeah. But I went with Candy Stripers because it was more obvious.
The ladies, for your reference, are the Coney Island Baby and the Ragtime Gal.
Oh my goodness, Simon, you're having way too much fun with this.
I am heartily appreciating all of these.
Okay. Well, I'm going to transform as soon as I get out of the car.
One last piece of information, which is in the spread out in the midst of this are the Wolfpack trying to stop, detain, and rescue good, honest neighborhood folk.
Projectiles that aren't made out of metahuman projections.
I'm gonna jump in and use my move. I'll show them. It utilizes Savior. When you defend somebody, you can always take influence over them. In this case, the crowd. But it doesn't matter because I got a 12, a full hit, and I am jumping into where the Wolfpack is and projecting up a bunch of tiny shields around them to try to deflect stray bullet fire that may come towards the bystanders.
Okay.
What are our...
So it's like a bunch of... they look like big, like, evil eye glyphs with, like, spirals around them, just, like, pushed out like a bunch of shields in front of everybody, like a wall.
Okay.
What are they using for cover, the people firing Tommy guns at each other?
Benches and trash cans, mostly.
Okay.
Benches and trash cans.
Would you call the hail of bullets an insurmountable barrier?
I think that it would
Okay,
constitute that.
If I'm running in,
It's suppressing fire.
am I charging into battle without hedging my bets, or am I unleashing my powers to barrel through an insurmountable barrier? What do you think?
Wait, what's the first one?
I'd be charging into battle without hedging my bets.
I mean, this could be either of those things. Like, if you see it as
okay. Then I'm gonna roll physics. What physics to unleash my power using danger instead of freak. And I dislike violence done towards women for understandable reasons. So I'm just going to like try to get over to the four guys and like bowl them all over with my shield in a kind of like, you know, the gangster comedy fashion where they all fall into each other like dominoes.
As you charge over, they yell at you in harmony, "Get down, 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 down."
Yeah.
No, you're get down, 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 down. And I rolled a full hit, so that was a 10.
Nice.
That was a 10 to unleash my powers.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Thompson submachine gun will shoot 600, 700 rounds a minute.
But these guys just have pistols.
Right.
And
I went for the ones with less weaponry.
What you notice as you get closer is the guy with the base is the guy with the 44 Magnum. The alto tenor is the guy with the little 22.
You really mad?
And so the caliber of their pistols corresponds to their vocal range.
Well, here comes a big, brassy... Well, I can't say that because she likes boys, but... Yeah, she's coming with her shield and she's knocking them over, and it worked. So,
Yeah, I mean, you bowl them over.
and I didn't. I'm trying to think, like, yeah, no, that's all I can do is run in without getting hurt and knock 4 grown ass men over and out.
I mean, these aren't like super dudes. They're just
Massey.
yeah, they're just bank robbers with
See?
guns and beautiful voices.
All right, well, they're down for the count. I'm gonna holler at the 2 ladies, like, what are you doing? There are children here. And keep in mind, if they're from the 20s, they're probably like 5 foot nothing in their heels, and I am 9 feet tall.
Are you saying
Yeah.
that people were malnourished in the 20s?
Sure am.
They basically say, cheese it. She took down the boys.
Was I not supposed to?
No one beats them up but us. They turn their
Girl
ire against
code.
you.
Oh, fantastic. So what do I have to do? Someone should come defend me.
I mean, someone can come defend you, but
Since that was my move.
basically, they're mad, and you will get ready to either. This is probably an either or. This is probably a both and. Defend innocent bystanders, and probably take a powerful blow from these ladies with machine guns.
Okay.
Unless anyone else has a thing they would wish to help out with.
Going once.
Did not come into this prepared for firefight, so
Going twice.
we're going to say that I have my little exosuit on underneath my clothes, and
Wait,
we happen
what?
to.
Amorous? No, you're completely silent.
Oh, is Emrys jumping in first? Nope.
How about now?
Now
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, that's
Loud and clear.
the best it's been.
The only downside is right now I've got nothing plugged in, so I can't prevent any feedback other than muting myself when I'm not talking. So my idea was, if they are even the least bit surprised by a random 9-foot-tall woman in Greek garment coming and bowling over the other 4, I was going to try to defend by using my empathy powers to jack up their surprise to paralyzing levels, so they're just kind of standing there with slack jaws.
A little bit of dragon
No,
fear.
that makes good sense. And they are certainly taken aback.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to roll Savior and see if I can get that to happen. And since I am attempting to defend Eris, can I get +1 for having influence over her? Or because I'm trying to actively do it on someone else, does that not count?
I don't think it counts. I think influence is only for trying to get me to do what you want.
That's fine. I'm just making sure I know how it works. So, rolling. That is a 7. So that is a regular mixed success. So I am going to choose to expose myself to danger that I have to kind of be standing out there, not behind cover to focus on them, but they are paralyzed with their surprise for the moment. I don't have to say anything. I kind of just... You see me do the little hand gesture.
Cancel on that. Take a powerful blow roll.
Yeah, okay. They are surprised. They maybe even inclined to flee. They're sort of looking to each other for cues now. Daedalus, did you have something to add?
I was going to throw a flashbang at him, but that doesn't seem like a good idea anymore.
Yeah, no. Now we want to get. Now we want to get at least. We want to apprehend at least one of them.
All right. I got an idea. Yeah. Out of it's gonna kind of pop out of the sleeve of like off the edge of my exosuit, and that repulsor array that I had built for our dodgeball game that I modified to be a basically like a capture device. I'm going to use it and try and suspend them, keep them from running.
Okay.
Not a bad repurpose.
Nope. Sounds like a good use to me. Any idea what I need for that, Simon?
Is that an unleash your powers because you're using your tech, or like what it like? How does
It
your
might be.
unleash your powers roll?
You're using your tech not for its intended or original purpose.
Correct.
So I would say that's
I mean-
unleashing it.
Okay. And let's get ready to mark that wonderful potential because everyone else is rolling so well. Hey, that's a hit. That's an 8.
Wow. Everyone's rolling so well tonight. This is
Uncharacteristic.
Oh man! Next session, somebody's gonna die.
So, yeah, it kind of pops out of the sleeve, is hanging off the. You can kind of see the little bit of the exosuit from where the sleeve ripped open. And, you know, this woo, 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 woo goes out and just kind of captures them and holds them in place.
Okay, I don't have any cuffs or rope or anything. I guess I'm gonna go over and like scruff them. Can I hit? Well, no, I'll take them by their biceps. I'm a gentleman.
You could also make sure you take their guns away and like throw them on the ground before you do that.
Well, yeah. But I'm gonna frog march them over to the car. What are we doing with the other 4? Is everybody okay, Victor?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine basically as I was putting it out there, any stray bullets basically bounce off the shields, and when the bullets impact the shield, they basically spark, and a little tiny eye appears where they're being deflected away. How does the wolf pack react to me being in my Prometheus costume?
They're surprised to see you all, and they are sort of caught up in something. You know, Pistolero actually comes over and says, you know, "Thanks for helping out. Sorry we couldn't give you a proper greeting. We were caught up."
So, any idea what this was all about?
You know, the quartet there knocked over an armored car about 3 blocks away. Then the lady showed up and said it was their score.
Did they appear to be going after anything specific? Like, what score? Where were they headed?
I mean, I don't know how much they took out of the armored car, but they had sacks with dollar signs on them. So
Kick it at old school.
Damn.
I think they brought them. I think they brought them themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something you bring with you. Very environmentally conscious.
Yeah, so worried about the end of the world, apparently.
Reasonable sacks.
But yeah, Fade's gonna go over and tell the truck drivers. I don't know why they bring it to here. I mean, I don't want to put this on you. It seems like whenever you guys show up, some weird shit happens.
But the difference is you like us now, right?
You're okay.
And to be fair, the weird shit was happening before we showed up this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of mumble under my breath. I'm not certain we didn't have nothing to do with it, though.
I am going to step on your foot at my 9 feet in height.
Sonodora is talking to some of the crowd, making sure that people are okay. Bug is picking up stray shell casings and
Eating them.
I'm gonna go over to Sonodora, give her a little squeeze and like a kiss on the cheek.
She seems distracted but happy to see you. Right. You didn't have anything to do with this, did you?
Not unless the people who did this can literally read our minds.
I mean, the last time I saw someone who... The last time I tangled with someone who was decades out of their element was with you. So, do you know something that you're not telling me?
We're following. I'm gonna tell her what we know. That we're following a lead. That all of these weird occurrences with these bad guys that seem out of their own decade or are literally out of their own decade are these portals in time may be magically created, and we think it might have some connection to the trash furnace, like the trash burning plant.
Well, I mean, honestly, I believe almost anything you tell me they're doing in there. Because I believe anything you tell me they're doing in there.
Well, would you want to find out more?
And if you guys can find out more, I want to be involved.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping you would say.
So, what are we going to do with the 6.
Well,
I'm not exactly hearing sirens coming to the rescue.
well, I want to actively go and help calm down the crowd because I'm good at that. So I want to see if any of them saw anything, like where they came from or beyond what the Wolfpack said, while I'm just helping calm them down.
I mean, basically, coming from further west, the truck was making its rounds, collecting money from its various points on the west side, then driving back into town. They got hit when it was on its way back. So the battle sort of started to the west and then was sort of running to the east.
So that gives us another point we can look at to see if there's any clues of when or where they arrived.
Yeah.
It's something.
Oh.
I mean, didn't we come in an Aegis car from the school anyway? Can't we just pack them in there and they take them to the Aegis facility?
I mean, we can just dial up, like, Aegis to come take them, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even say it was the same, it was that same driver who took you there who you...
But
Oh, before we pack them off, we should just ask them if they can, if Chronarch sent them, and if they can describe any similar feelings while they were going through the door, and see if it matches up with what Bulgrid said he felt, or if it's anything different.
I say that he showed up. He told us you want to see the world in 100 years.
okay.
And things weren't where we came from. So I would pick up where we left off.
But
They don't have much to say.
he didn't say anything about their families or about the city.
He said would be amazed. The picture shows are so expensive now.
Petty.
Yeah, but you can also drink all you want, so,
Yeah, there is that. Simon
I'd
fixed
take it
camera.
for what it's worth, but I have a feeling you'd grab and run.
You gotta stop people getting the flu now?
Crazy.
That's some slim thinking. That's some
Okay.
razzle dazzle.
So,
So we're gonna try to break into the plant.
Yeah, I mean,
before we do that, I just want to point out that, like, their story does track that, like, he's telling people whatever they need to hear to back him up. And believe, like, if they believe what he tells them.
it could also be that, he's trying to create distractions and problems for us so he can do whatever it is that he's trying to set up.
Yeah.
He's a jerk that way.
Daedalus, do you think you could whip up 4 more, or do you have on you 4 more cameras? Because all our communicators should have them now. If the Wolfpack can have them, that's twice the chance of being able to see and get out with something.
Yeah, Tech Boy. Yeah, Tech Boy, you got more tech?
I'm sure I got more tech. I can roll a dice to see if I got more tech. Since I'm always prepared, let's give that a go. Yeah, I think I got more tech. That's a 13.
Nice. Very
right.
nice.
That's what, 2 successes in a row?
Yeah, I should go play the lottery.
You're gonna go crash and burn so hard.
Oh.
You're gonna be flatter than the band she laid out.
I did lay them out flat, didn't I?
I'm not sure if that counts as two or not.
As no one picked up on it, I think you got away with it.
Laying them flat instead of sharp.
Yes.
That one was terrible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rummage around and pull out a handful of spare comms for the
Okay.
Wolfpack, so that
Basically, like you kit bash some together from what you've got. And
yeah. They're not quite as good as ours, but they'll at least let them communicate with us while we're doing our thing.
Oh my goodness.
So what's
So-
our angle, do we think?
If this was Blades, I'd say we infiltrate. Stealth. What do we know about the plant in terms of security, access, that kind of stuff? Do we know anything about it? I mean, we've been researching it, so we should know something, right?
yeah, I mean, you have a good sense of the layout of the plant and how many people it employs. So you can make some reasoned speculation about how many guards it employs and where, given that layout, they would be concentrated. Base will take an assess roll.
I can do that.
Well, we also have the my drone. We could assess from a distance.
Ow, Balder, no.
Yeah, I mean, the drone, like if you use the drone, that'll give you a bonus for figuring out sort of the guard rotations and what kind of security systems you'll have to overcome.
I'm thinking that, is it possible for multiples of us to make an assess roll, see if we can each figure out, maybe if we each figure out something different from what we're looking at?
There's rules for making a roll as like a team. I forget what those rules are off the top of my head. But there are group action rolls in Masks.
So,
One sec.
Search.
It says it's on 44 and 78 through 82 of the rule book, so I'm trying to scroll to 44 real quick.
Versus the PDF.
team moves, it says, are the triumphant celebrations or doing a weakness thing. That's on 44.
No, there is there. No, never mind.
72.
I mean, I can't roll assess. That's why I'm trying to let other people take the lead here because I have a -2 in superior. If I roll it, we're gonna fail.
I have the move Criminal Mind, so even on a miss, one of the questions I can always ask is, what's the best way in / way past? I'm used to doing this kind of crap, so it would make sense for me to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, that that sounds like exactly the sort of thing that you're looking for.
So if you guys would let me do the honors, I'll happily roll that.
If we throw the drone up there, can he take advantage of that?
Yeah, it can give him a +1.
Okay.
Cool.
Glorious.
Let's make his good roll even better.
Ooh, that bumped it up to a full hit. So on a full hit,
Nice.
to get...
Yay.
So, first off, let's go. What's the best way in / way past from my Criminal Mind move?
Yeah, I mean that's what this is for because we're not supposed to
Yeah.
have ironclad plans.
Yup. And
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
the second question I think I'm going to ask is, what here is the biggest threat? So once we get in, we know what to keep an eye out for the most.
okay. So, easiest way in is basically going to be maybe through the sewers.
Great. Those
Okay.
cramped spaces.
And
Only if you're 9
my
feet
side.
tall.
That's gonna be fun.
like the easiest way in is going to be through the sewers. Based on the guard rotations, it looks like you can weave your way through. But the question is where you want to get to. Do you want to get files? Do you want to get samples? Do you want to get...
I think
Do you
we
wanna-
want to view the operation and have Aaron take surveillance with his drone so that we have a source that we trust, so that we have a primary source.
Well, I'm thinking we've got 8 people. That's enough for 2 teams. Why not do both? We could have our group, or just whatever group Aaron is in, go and get the files, because that's probably going to be more technically difficult, whereas anybody can fill 5, 6, 7 glass jars with different colored things to bring back.
Okay. So, Argonauts, do you guys want to take... Do you want to take the files half of this operation?
I suspect collecting the samples is going to be more dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, it's gonna suck. I think we gotta split the party on you again, Simon. I want to go downstairs.
I was going to say what the wolf pack will handle half of it, the half that you don't take.
Okay, well they have Pistolero to do their crunch for them. I'll watch. I'll stand at the door and watch you guys. I'll play lookout, and if anybody's coming, I'll play Elliot Spencer and beat their ass before they can get to you. Don't you laugh at me.
Not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Oh, we should make absolutely sure we get them to take pictures of any drums and crap that are in there, because I'm sure there's like drums and stuff in containers, but if whatever it says is on there, the MSDS doesn't match the what our samples take, then we can get the federal government involved, because from what I've understand, it's the only level that hasn't gotten involved, and OSHA can be a jerk.
Okay, cool. Doing the stuff. Let's go get the files. Who's rolling?
I'm going to roll to unleash my powers to create a non-mirror based portal to get us inside of the facility quietly and easily through one of the outside walls, which at this juncture, at least Eris has noticed me do before, but has not actually mentioned anything to me about it. So I'm going to start chanting, and I'm going to start drawing like dark energy glyphs in the air, creating like a crackling, rippling circle of energy on the wall. Let's see what happens. So I rolled that as an unleash your powers move. I rolled a mixed success of a 9. So that means that the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Okay. Let me see. Unstable or temporary portal. All right. The portal takes you in, but there is a there's some kind of disruptive force, an energy field that inside the facility that will prevent you from porting out.
Okay.
At least nobody got left outside. I was like holding my breath. I was like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
And when we're walking through the portal and I'm carrying everybody through, probably at least Eris will notice that my eyes completely black over again, where I have no irises or whites, just like ink blackness over my entire eye.
Oh yeah, Eris noticed it, alright. So you two spend the most time with the... I guess we're gonna, like, just divvy up the tasks, remind them, like, show them where the buttons are, you know, take pictures, here are the vials, you know, make sure you do this and that or whatever. And then when we split up, Eris is going to encourage Daedalus and Clymene to go through the doors first. And she is going to grab Victor by, like, the upper arm to be like, we walk out through a door.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're in front.
And, like, she's really arsed with you. I don't know if you're going to ask her why.
I mean, I got us in here, right? What's the problem?
The problem is you're doing crazier and crazier shit.
It's just a more refined version of the same powers I've been using for years. I'm just tapping into more of my natural energy and doing more refined spells.
Yeah, they seem real refined.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's perhaps a little below the belt of her.
No. I'm saying that in character, Bridget.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Looking like you were having a seizure in the middle of that church. Like, we can't get back out. We could have found a mirror.
Yeah.
We all know how you operate.
Yeah, but I don't want to have. I can't afford to have limits anymore. So we have to. I have to.
We can't afford to have you drained either. Not from the start. Because remember, she still doesn't know that you were experimenting on yourself. She still thinks that you can do shit and end up on your knees and useless, like after that one sparring match. This is coming from a place of concern.
Yeah. And he's going to be very flippant about it. And he's going to say, drained. Listen, I didn't think that we were going to do any of that kind of recreation on this excursion. And he gives you like a big cheesy grin. He's like, can we just focus on the files? I'm not going to do anything that puts any of you in danger. You know that.
Right about now, I'm going to poke my head out of the door, like, are you guys coming or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna like take Victor by the shoulder that's not by the door and like turn him and push him ahead of me and be like, whatever, just don't do anything that gets yourself in danger either. And I guess we're gonna go through the door and I'm gonna
and he's just gonna kind of chuckle.
My ear at the crack.
Eris, we're literally always in danger 100% of the time.
She stands by her statement. She's not going to make a response. So we're looking at computer screens.
Yep. So we're going to the office and going to download some data.
So, are you just going to try to grab the data and go, or are you going to try to like look at it here, access it sort of on the terminal, and learn what you can and not try to download anything?
I'm inclined to say that I want to try and download it.
Okay.
Because we can put it through some more rigorous filters elsewhere aside from just our brains.
So you've got a couple of minutes of downloading it, taking some extra time because you're trying to cover your tracks, hide the fact that you're accessing it, and connecting it to a external
device
destination. So,
well, I would probably, again, nerd in me, use my phone and pull the files through my phone and then over VPN connection to our internal systems.
Okay.
That way it doesn't trigger any outbound network traffic warnings. It's potentially going to trigger, device access warnings, but not outbound network traffic warnings.
Fair enough. So you've got that happening. Based on your research about the security, you do know that it will take longer to download it covering tracks than you have to download the full files. So you have to sort of think about where you want to focus your efforts if you want to escape. Basically, if you don't want to get caught by the guards.
Is there any high-level directory structure that you could give me so we can potentially choose our targets wisely? Off the top of my head, I'd say intake forms for intake of materials. I would say operating parameters for the incinerators, because that could give us some guidelines as to what's being burned. Maybe internal off-gassing assessments.
Okay.
I mean, those would be my three off the top of my head. I don't know if anyone else has got any more detailed input.
Right, that's good enough. So, I'll say that you get that.
I was gonna open up my third eye and try to detect magic on the building, and I failed spectacularly.
Oh.
I got a 6,
Potential.
which is my 5th potential.
Woo!
Which means I was gonna mark that I had unlocked my moment of truth.
Ooh, that's 2 of us.
Interesting.
So I'm
So-
gonna clear my potential track.
That's 3. I have 2.
You unlocked your moment of truth? I was unaware. Cool.
So, you get the files, and now you have to figure out a way out. Being unable to teleport, or sort of knowing the...
Well, I'm gonna try to open up a portal. I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did before. I'm gonna take a little bit of my ingredients and go to draw the glyph in the air to draw the portal, and then what happens?
I mean,
Because I failed my assess roll, so I don't see that there's anything magical about the building.
What happens is Eris gets pissed at you is what happens.
so there's a... When you usually open up a portal, what do you see on the other side of it?
With my mirror portals, I see the reverse of whatever room we're entering in. Like, in like a black and white, basically. When I do my magic portals, it's like the upside down. Where I'm like perceiving the space, but it's in like a very dark, low light, like shadow world. Because what I'm actually doing is going through the material objects by causing us to cross into like the spirit realm temporarily to allow us to pass distances very rapidly.
So,
or pass through solid objects.
when you open the portal, you essentially you see the interior of the building that you are currently in, but it looks sort of based on what you know, it looks like it's sort of the furthest that you can go in that direction and still be in the building. So you open a portal to somewhere else in the building.
It's not ideal. I'm going to try to do it again.
Incidentally, what do we see when
I'm not
the
expecting
portals
this
pop up?
to succeed. I'm just role-playing what my character would do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In
Dan,
you do it in,
Dan, would we see what you see, or do we just see like a...
If you're like standing right next to me and perceiving the portal straight on, then yeah.
Okay.
Like a lot of the things with the group about like how my magic looks, it would be deeply unsettling to like close inspection.
I mean,
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's something I've tried to drive home with, like, how my magic looks and how my body looks when I cast magic and how my, like, tendrils feel to be touched with and stuff like that. Like, my magic feels and looks deeply unnatural, because it is black magic that I'm using.
Okay, Eris is getting ready to be an asshole. Are you ready?
Yeah.
She's gonna tug on your coat sleeve. She's not gonna grab your arm again, but she is gonna tug on your coat sleeve and be like, "See, look, the limits on your magic agree with me. We go out through a door."
Wow.
so if you're trying again, are you trying it in the same direction, or are you...
No. I'll go to a different wall and try to open up a portal.
then you see sort of the same. You see a similar thing, but not the same thing. That is, you see, again, a wall, an interior wall of the building you're in, suggesting that it represents the point furthest in that direction that you can go and still be within the building.
When
While he's
Eris
doing
makes
that,
her comment, I'm gonna look at her and be like, I mean, lead us out then.
I'm going to get on the comms and hey, Pistolero, how you guys making out? We're finishing up here.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna ring-a-ding-ding my connection thing with Sonadora. Be like, what do you guys see down there? When was the last watch that came by? So we can like time it.
Basically, so you get on the comms with Pistolero. Pistolero is saying, I think we're done here. We're heading back to the sewer. Bug knows his way around down there. Sonadora, sort of, same thing happens. You find yourself in sort of the misty field, and slowly her face forms out of the mist, or emerges from the mist. And says, she asks, "Are you all right?"
We're all right, but we're stuck. When was the last patrol that came by you guys so we can time it to try and sneak out and get down to the door? Because I'm guessing we're on an upper floor. If this is a factory, if this is like all the machinery is on the floor and all of the offices are up.
Normally, yeah.
So, like, I'm trying to assess like where the guards are and how we're getting out if we do have to go out through the interior of the facility. Should I roll and assess?
Yeah. You can take a +1 from the intel that Sonadora gives you about where the guards are in their cycle.
She's such a babe. You picked us such a good girlfriend code. I got a full hit.
Whew.
Oh man, next session's gonna suck. Cool. Okay. So none of the assess questions are very useful to me. Because what here can I use to track the guards is Sonadora, and then
Well, and the information that you have about sort of their patrol routes.
okay. So yeah, how could we best end this quickly? I guess since she's on the floor, could she figure out like for us which staircase to come down and which exit to take? Because I'm sure there are several.
So
I miss my desk.
there are 3 possibilities that you come up with from your assess.
Okay.
The fastest way is you're on the 2nd floor. This is an executive office.
I am not going out a
It's got
window.
There are 2 possibilities that you come up with.
Wait, I mean, it's not a building that's gonna have a fire escape, right?
So basically, the closest stairwell is the executive staircase, but that's also more tightly guarded.
Okay.
The service staircase is further away, but less guarded.
Can we find the locker room and grab some company-issued overalls, so we at least
Locker
somewhat look the part?
Not to be an asshole, but the locker room would be on the first floor.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to thank Sonadora and pop out and relay the information that I got. I'm just gonna say Sonadora says there are more guards, the fastest way out, but if we're patient, we can probably get out the service staircase. So what do we want to do? Do we want to try to take on guards, or do we want to be quiet and get the fuck out of here?
We want to be quiet and get out of here.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be known that we were in here snooping around.
Okay. What? We... Is it directly engaging a threat, Simon? Do you think?
That's a danger thing.
Which I will remind you is my highest label.
For you guys, I think that for Aaron, it would be directly. I actually would want Aaron to do a directly engage a threat to deal with the cameras.
Okay, that makes
You're
sense.
probably the only one equipped to sort of do something with the cameras.
I mean, I can do something with the cameras.
Or you can do something with the cameras, magic them.
Or just cover us, we make us in a big cloud of shadow or something.
That'd be cool.
What do you think?
All right.
Is that something that we would say that just is something my powers can do, or would you be more comfortable with me doing a roll for that?
I mean, that strikes me as sort of within your sort of normal parameters.
Yeah,
So
so I'll just make it look like we're disrupted and hard to see in that weird way where we're on camera but we're not visible. We're just blurry and darkly clouded.
Okay.
Who's gonna beat him? What, Emrys?
It can wait.
Okay, so out down the back staircase we go, I guess. Do they make it out to the sewers?
Yeah. I mean,
Did we
you guys
set
get out scot-free.
That was nice.
I think that a few of us have an early morning tomorrow, but the main thing that you pick up from your sort of Aaron, that you pick up from your sort of scan of the files that you were exporting is I'll actually ask you to roll an assess for this.
Okay. Are we doing this back at the lab?
Yeah.
So I can get a +1 for using my supercomputer?
I knew that's why.
Basically.
If I
please-
have it, I'm going to use it. This would be like the one roll I fail.
I know. Please don't let this be the. Oh,
No, it's not.
yes.
12 full hit.
Things are
Oh
finally
my gosh! Did you roll a
me.
full hit?
He
We need to
did.
take a photograph for posterity.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't roll a single bad roll tonight. That's gonna
Keep
be
the
like
log of
next
it.
week. Like next week, I'm just gonna
You're just gonna expire.
I'm gonna level twice.
All right, so the main thing that you find out is that among the chemicals sort of being emitted by the plant, or among the chemicals being sort of taken in, are various precursors for pharmaceuticals used to induce suggestible states.
Not ideal.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
more than a little disturbing.
So that's new. Didn't see that coming. Especially now that we know that the guy wants people in suggestible states to make his magic function.
Yeah, so that's where we are now. There's something in the air, and it's not good.
No.
So let's. I'm sleepy, so let's do some end of sessions moves. Let's go to bed.
I know exactly what I want to do. I just need to find the pinned message.
I want to. I don't think I really have one. I can't think of how my labels would move based on that session. Can anybody else think of anything?
Well,
So your magic failed you. So I mean that's a potential
That could
blow
be-
to your superior.
My superior is already the lowest it can possibly be.
Okay.
So,
Well,
okay.
hold on. If it's already the lowest it could be, then this blow to your confidence might inflict an insecure condition on you.
That's my end of session move. Is that I take. Whoa.
hang on.
When you mark a condition as an end of session move, aren't you supposed to mark potential?
well, you're not supposed to give yourself one. In
I was just
move, I don't think.
Well, here's what I was going to say for him. I was going to say, what if he's, like, how defiant are you as a scion? Like, your magic worked. There was just something in the way of it. So could you be growing into your own image? And that way you'd be shifting one label up and another down.
Yeah, that's how it always works. You have to move one up and one down. So,
Or you can grow away from somebody and take away their influence. I mean, how pissed are you?
No, come on. Let's not get that harsh.
for whatever, let me look at your labels and see if I can suggest one that won't mess you up. That might be good.
I mean, I think realistically,
Well, you're digging into your dark power, so maybe your freak goes up and your mundane goes down.
That's actually what I was going to suggest, especially because you said you're going more into unleashing your inner powers and taking your limiters off and all that stuff. So that would play into freak up and mundane down.
Yeah.
okay, that works for me.
I want to mark a potential for my end of session move, and I have it will ding me, and I have 2 ideas of what I want to take.
I never took my last one. I forgot.
Because what I'm thinking of is the newborn. I've got 2 options to take a move from another playbook. I took one from the Legacy playbook. I'm debating taking a Mind of Their Own from the newborn playbook. My powers evolve and mutate. When I am facing an obstacle or threat my powers would not be able to deal with, I can mark a condition to gain brand new abilities adapted to the situation, and I lose them after the situation passes. Since my powers are kind of born from being contradictory, maybe as I'm growing up, they're just going, whoa!
Wow.
Or if you think that would make me to just, Clemeny could just become the perfect jack of all trades, I could take something else too.
And you can
Yeah.
take
What was
any
the-
power, anything that takes away all other powers. That seems...
Overpowered!
That's a lot of P there, buddy.
Yeah. That's why I'm not just taking it and then springing it on everybody.
So what was the other option?
My other option was going to be to, I think it was +1 to a label, and someone permanently loses influence over me, although I have to figure out who. Well, regardless, I'm going to mark potential, let you guys know what ability I pick at the beginning of the next session. And it won't be that one.
Okay. I would like to the labels I am shifting, and my danger can't go up anymore. So what I'm going to do is shift, because I came in and I stopped that situation, I would like to shift my savior up, and my mundane down. Because like I'm settling into this whole hero business, even though it's not what I wanted. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
And for mine, I am going to grow closer to the team, because when we showed up on the gunfight, we all just kind of sprung to action and did what we could do and took care of it, and everyone kind of helped. So I will clear my last condition, which was angry.
All right. So, unless there's anything else that people wanted to slip in there, I think we're about done. Thanks for watching, folks.
Yeah,
And
we'll catch you
we'll
next
see you
time.
next time.